Alright guys, how you doing? How you doing? Alright guys, the very last one. Look, we went through all of this shit. Look at this shit I do for my subs, guys. This was my day. This is for me. I've been working on this for years, guys. And I kept this in the back of my notebook, in the back of my, what do you call it, Dropbox, backed up files, whatever. Until, like I said, one of the subscribers wanted to see the whole list. And it's still more, but I'm not doing more. I'm just going to focus on these guys, right? But anyway, Chris Jones, right? And I got permission to make this video. I had to ask him first, right? But the funny thing about Chris Jones is, when I was researching the overtraining thing, right? I was researching the overtraining thing, and everyone that I had, I mean, the snowball was building. It was building up. Everyone that I saw that had a dominant body part, I would do some research. I found out they overtrained it. They trained it every day or 5 times a week, whatever, for a long time. And I would meet another person, right? I even forgot the other guy at the gym with the big ass back. So it kept going on and on and on and on. And I was like, man, there was one fucking exception, and the one exception was Chris Jones' lats, right? Because you guys know, if you look at Chris Jones, he's proportional, right? He developed his legs, his upper body, whatever. But the one thing that no one can disagree on is his lats, right? He has this wide ass back, right? Now you know how the best exercise for wide lats is chin ups. Right? I made a video about that. Everyone knows, you know, like whether science or bro science, whatever. Chin ups cannot be compared. Not even pull downs fuck with chin ups when it comes to lat activation, right? So he was the only obstacle, right? I was like, man, everyone else I'm looking at, boom, they proved the whole overtraining thing. But there you have this guy who has this wide ass lats and only trains it once a week. So I was like, man, what's going on, right? And my uncle even told me when we discovered that this thing was working for so many people, he asked me, he goes, well, what about, you know, your homie Chris, right? He like, his back is not that wide. So I mean, he said he trains his back once a week. Yeah, it's big as fuck. So obviously that means your theory's wrong. And he's, you know, he's also natural. So I was like, man, you know, there has to be something about, you know, Chris's back. It can't just be genetics. You guys know me. I hate, even though I know genetics play a big part in bodybuilding, I hate saying genetics because number one, you discredit the person's hard work, and number two, it's the lazy way out, right? So as a detective, you know, he was going Batman mode. So it took like, I mean, the thing is, I was thinking about this for like 2 years, at least 2 years. Now, I talked about it with Hans, all that shit. Now, one day, I'm texting Chris, we talking about random stuff, I forgot what it was. Bigger arms, right? Trying to get 19 inches and shit like that. And then I told him about frequency. I was like, man, like I wouldn't understand. Like, everything is pointing towards frequency, right? You want to get something big, you got to train it more than once a week. And I was like, dude, but like the one thing that I don't understand is your back, right? Why is your back so wide? And he goes, oh, motherfucker, I forgot to tell you. He said that when he first started lifting, right? Now this thing sealed. That was the final key to make my theory come alive, right? Because he was the one obstacle, right? And he says that when he first started lifting, for the first 4 years, of his lifting career, he used to do pull-ups every single day. It's actually funny. He told me that because you know when you do pull-ups, you look mad pumped and big and shit. He told me he wanted to impress the ladies at the gym, right? And so he'll come to the gym and he'll do not just pull-ups. Weighted pull-ups, which activate even more of your legs. He'll do weighted pull-ups, 4 sets of 10, just like my uncle did. Remember my uncle did it 5 times a week, and he has this wide-ass, ridiculous back, right? And Chris did the exact same thing for 4 years straight, right? My uncle only did it for like, what, a year, 2 years, I think, probably less than a year. He did it for 4 years straight. I'm assuming he went to the gym 5 times a week, because I think he does the typical splits. So let's say 4 to 5 days out of the week, right? Pull-ups, 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 pull-ups. Next week, pull-ups, 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 pull-ups. On and on and on and on. And he finally backed up because he's been lifting for, I think 7, 8 years, maybe 9. So, just like the overtraining principle states, you overtrain the muscle and then you back out, you know, you back off and then that muscle just keeps growing and growing and growing and it just stays big. What is the biggest part of Chris Jones' body? His fucking lats. So that was the last key that I needed to seal the deal, because I couldn't understand why his back was so wide and he was only training it once a week. And he was like, yeah, man, he had forgot about it. He said he remembered. And you know, we all agree, frequency, you know, maybe not every day, depending on your ability to recover, but frequency is how you get your body in. So once again, thanks a lot, Chris, for sealing the deal. And if you got guys, there's so many more of this. This is only the ones that I can verify, right? But I get so many more stories. Once I released this video, the first one, I got emails, pictures, people that were telling me, oh man, it makes so much sense when my leg is big, when my arm is big, when my chest is big. Most of these guys did it by accident. So, alright guys, that's it. Make sure you go back and watch all this shit, because it's like 20 of them. And I didn't want to waste my time, alright? I'm out here. Thanks a lot, everyone, for y'all.
idea why it worked, I just knew it did.
I've been busy.
So I would get up and do about
Alright guys,
6
how to
reps,
put on
right?
the
3 sets of those.
How to put on the pound of muscle in 30 days. The reason why I picked the pound of
Fuck
muscle.
that perfect
again,
form
because
bullshit, right?
It's
I
not
know when I
impossible.
went
It
down.
was very hard, guys. A pound of
Five.
muscle,